Hi, it's Elise here at Bowman Library, the whole new middle grade book spotlight. So for this week, for our 2022 summer reading Oceans of Possibility theme for this week, our new badge, we are all about possibilities into the unknown. What I love about this one is we are talking mysteries, scary, suspense, thriller, plot test, edge of your seat, those types of books. But what is amazing about this type of theme is you can have so many different themes, genres mixed into one. Like for example, you can have a fantasy that has suspense. You can have a historical fiction that has some mystery to it. So there's a little bit of something for everyone, a little bit different levels, keep you turning the pages so you can figure out what is the unknown. Where are we going with this? So we have 6 amazing ones that we're going to take a look at. So let's get started. Our first one is How I Became a Spy. So 13-year-old Bertie is living in London in 1944 during World War II, and he is so excited when he becomes a volunteer for the civil defense. It is his job to carry messages between leaders in London and to help people to find the closest shelter when there's an air raid or a bombing taking place. One night when he is on patrol though, Bertie accidentally runs into an American girl and she leaves her notebook behind, which is actually a notebook that belongs to a secret agent and is filled with information as well as a secret code. Now Bertie with 2 of his friends, they decide they want to figure out or they want to cipher this code and try to find out what information this spy may be trying to pass through and who is she trying to get the information to as well. Because this could change everything for the course of the war. You'll be trying to figure out the code as well as the mysteries surrounding the spy right along with Bertie and his friends. This is something that could possibly happen. This is how I became a spy. Otherwood. So Stewie lives on the edge of the woods with his grandfather and his mother. Now with no other people his age in the neighborhood, he spends a lot of time with his grandfather. When his grandfather passes away though, Stewie finds himself alone in wandering woods. On the other side of the woods, he meets this girl named Ellie Rose, who is also his age, and they find out they both have something in common. Both of their grandfathers have both disappeared from the same place in the woods at the same time. Now when Stewie figures this out and he tells Ellie Rose, she literally vanishes before his eyes. And everyone starts to think that she has been kidnapped or murdered. Now Stewie really knows what happens, but no one's going to believe him. Who's going to believe that this girl just vanishes right before his eyes? So it's going to be up to him to get Ellie Rose back. Now this mysterious fantasy will have you wondering and figuring out right alongside Stewie. You'll be trying to figure out, does Ellie Rose get back? What happened? Where did she go? If you like a good fantasy with some mystery, a little bit of horror mixed in, this is Otherwood. Spirit Hunters. So when Harper and her family move into their new house, she becomes convinced that something weird is going on, and she cannot help but wonder if the house is haunted. When her younger brother Michael starts to behave very weird and then starts to become super aggressively violent, which is he's never been that way before, she figures out that he's been possessed by a ghost of an evil boy who used to live in their now house. As she starts to realize the danger her brother and her family are in, as this family grows, the spirit grows stronger, Harper decides that she needs to tap into her grandmother's Korean traditions to help defeat this evil spirit and to save her brother. Now this book is not for the faint of heart. There are some pretty graphic descriptions of ghosts and events, but if you are looking for a good scare, then this will give you 1 or 2 or maybe more. There is a sequel to this one that's already out. This is Spirit Hunters. Holes. So Stanley Yelnats finds himself being sent to a boys' detention camp in the middle of nowhere after being wrongly accused of a crime he did not commit and then being found guilty. This is his punishment. Now once he is there, he finds out that every day they wake up every morning and all the boys are brought out to the desert and they are forced to dig a hole. Each of them have to dig a hole, but this hole has to be 5 feet deep and 5 feet across. And the only reason why they are told they are doing this is because it builds character. Now one day, Stanley's friend Zero, he decides he has enough. He just takes off, runs away in the desert. Stanley decides he has to follow him. He doesn't know what's going on, but he knows Zero can't go off all by himself. And then this leads them into a journey in which they have to survive in the Texas heat and desert. Now, the story of the past becomes intertwined and it will lead you on an ending you will not expect as you're trying to figure out all these mysteries. Why are they digging the holes? What is going on with family stuff? Who is this person they're talking about? Why did Zero run away? There's so many layers to this story. You will not want to put it down. Now, this is part mystery, part adventure, part survival. There's some laughs and some humor in between. It has been turned into a movie. The movie actually wasn't that bad. So believe it or not, the movie's not that bad. Just imagine how amazing this book is. This is Holes. The Dollhouse. So Alice's summer plans are completely turned upside down when her parents announce that they are getting divorced. Everything she knows goes out the window, and because especially since they're getting divorced, they will not be going on their usual summer vacation that Alice looks forward to every year. Instead, Alice will be going with her mother, who is going to this small town to live with this elderly woman named Mrs. Bishop, who had recently just taken a fall, and she needs someone to lift the house to help take care of her as she recovers from this injury. So, Alice and her mother arrive at Blackwood House. As soon as they get there, Alice is befriended by Lily, who is the housekeeper's daughter, and Lily is quick to inform her the house is haunted, especially the bedroom Alice is going to be staying in and the attic. So naturally, they decide they have to go investigate the attic because, attics sound haunted. They want to know what's going on with it. So it's in the attic that they find this dollhouse. And this dollhouse is the exact version of the house, like in miniature form. And this dollhouse soon starts to come to life. And Alice's dreams soon become entrenched with this dollhouse. And there's these two girl dolls that are living in a dollhouse, and they start to become alive in her dreams as well. And then one morning, Alice wakes up, and there is a girl in Alice's bed. And this girl is one of the dolls from this dollhouse who is now alive in Alice's bed. It's going to be up to Alice to figure out what is going on. Is the house really haunted? What's the connection to the dollhouse and the family? Because Mrs. Bishop has some secrets that she doesn't want anyone to know. There's stuff she doesn't want to talk about. If you like a good creepy mystery, this is one you need to read. It just came out. This is The Dollhouse. And our last one for this week is The Crown Heist. Now, Camille gets word that her father, who she really doesn't know, he wants to meet her. He wants to spend some time with her. So she soon finds herself on an airplane with her best friend Art, and they are going on their way to London to meet her dad. But as soon as they arrive, she is sorely disappointed because her father is not there to meet her. So Art and Camille set off to go find her father's apartment, and when they get there, they start to realize that something's going on. Something weird is happening. And they figure out, looking around the apartment and the estate the apartment's in and some of the clues that are there, that her father seems to have been kidnapped. He is pretty well known for his European historical art stuff, so maybe that has something to do with it. Now, as Camille and Art set off to find her father, they soon find themselves making their way through London, and they have to visit a number of sites and tourist things, that people love to do while they're there, in order to find clues that will point them in the right direction. Now, it's going to be up to them to find her father so the truth can come out before it is too late for her father and for this relic that's involved. This history-packed adventure mystery is one that you'll be turning the pages as fast as you can, because you will be on this crazy journey with Camille and Art, finding the same clues as they do at the same time, interpreting them, trying to guess what the next moves are, how they're going to find her father. So if you like to be on a good scavenger hunt mystery journey with the characters, you will love this one. This is The Crown Heist. So these are just 6 of the books we have here at the library. There are possibilities into the unknown. A little bit of something for everyone. So I encourage you, read one of these, or we have others just like it that we can help you find, because we want you to read one of these, because again, we're looking for that possibilities into the unknown badge. So by watching this book talk, activity number 1, reading one of these books or books like it, that's activity number 2. Log on to Beanstack, pick that 3rd activity, make sure you're logging your hours so you can get their badge, you can get the prizes, the free books, all that stuff. I hope you tune back next week when we have our next new badge or next new possibilities week for our 2022 summer reading program. We have a whole new book talk next week, and I hope you have an amazing week.